Hey guys, and welcome back to another football predictions video on the channel. Today we are back on the predictions website as we are doing our FA Cup predictions. Obviously no Premier League this weekend as it is the third round of the FA Cup, and the guy who runs the Premier League predictions website, who we obviously also did the World Cup through, also runs one for the FA Cup, and again it is slightly different to how the Premier League and the World Cup worked as well. So we'll just quickly run through the rules. Obviously round 3 there's loads and loads of games, so we obviously won't be going through every single one. But to start off with, similarly to the World Cup where we picked 3 bonus teams, in the FA Cup we actually get 6 bonus teams, 1 from each of the group that you can see just on screen here. Now these are kind of worked out by like how big the club is, how well they've done in previous seasons of the FA Cup, etc. So you can see teams like Leicester are right in the top group as they obviously won it a couple of seasons ago. And it's sort of done by like where teams finished in the league last year. As I say, you pick 1 team from each of the groups, and then throughout the whole competition, they will get you bonus points. So I think for the third round, just as an example, you get 1 point if you get the correct result and 2 points if you get the exact correct scoreline. If you get one of your bonus team's scoreline right, then you'll obviously get 4 points as it's doubled. If you just get the correct result, then it gets doubled to 2. That's just for the first round, and then every round the points increase as they did in the World Cup knockouts. So the teams in kind of the bottom few groups, unless you get kind of lucky and they get an easy run, like I think Luton got to like the quarterfinals last year, and unless they get kind of lucky, they're probably going to get knocked out quite early on. But obviously it's the top probably 3 groups that you want to try and get your teams through to the next round. So my bonus teams that I have gone for, and when picking them I did try to take into consideration how well they're likely to do in the whole competition. Of course that's a major factor as you want to get your bonus teams through as far as you can. And also for the teams in the lower groups, probably are they getting through the round 3 or possibly round 4 at the most? It's very unlikely. Obviously you do get a few cup sets, especially in the FA Cup, and underdogs getting quite far, but it's difficult to predict who it's going to be. So I kind of considered who I think could actually get quite far in the competition, but also for these lower rounds, who's just likely to win, especially that first round 3 game, and just progress to the next round. So with that in mind, the bonus teams that I have gone for, from Group 1 we've gone for Arsenal, obviously great history in the FA Cup. Normally I go for Chelsea or City, but they obviously play each other this year, so it's a tough one. I'd expect City to probably win, but I don't want to bank everything on it. You never know with the FA Cup. Chelsea do like a cup run, and obviously with it not going well in the league, it could be a nice distraction for them. So I've gone for Arsenal, who, like I say, also love an FA Cup run. In Group 2, we've gone for Newcastle. From Group 3, we've gone for Fulham. Both of those teams going pretty well in the Premier League, so seemed like quite strong outfits from those 2 groups. Group 4, I've gone for Coventry, as I think they're doing pretty well in the Championship at the moment. They've got a home tie against Wrexham, I believe, as well from the National League, so you'd like to think that they'll progress through that, and I could see them possibly going on a decent run this year in the Cup. From Group 5, this was quite tough to pick. A lot of them kind of played each other, but they're all in either the Championship or kind of League One. So it was tough to pick, but I ended up going for Sunderland, who I believe are away from home. I can't remember who against. We'll have a look at that in just a moment. But we went for Sunderland, again, another team going pretty well in the Championship at the moment. It was a tough one between them and Stoke, but I thought Sunderland probably had a better chance of getting further in the competition. And from the bottom group, again, it was quite tough to predict. I was tempted to just go for Wrexham as an option, as obviously, like I say, we picked Coventry and they play each other, so I'd get the double bubble points, and just kind of accept that my bottom team would be going out. Or We could have chosen Stockport or Walsall, who are both kind of mid-table in League Two and play each other, but again, it's quite a tough one to predict. But I actually, in the end, went with Ipswich, who are at home to Rotherham. Obviously, Ipswich doing pretty well in League One at the moment. Rotherham, I think, in the bottom four in the Championship. And we have gone for Ipswich to win, so I'm hoping we might be able to sneak our Group 6 bonus team through to the 4th round. But anyway, guys, now that we've done our bonus teams, let me know who you would have picked down in the comments from any of the groups, and we'll jump into our actual predictions for each game. Now, guys, as you can see, as there is loads and loads and loads of games, it's quite a weird little snippet that you've got here of our results. But obviously, looking to get our bonus teams through, they are the teams that we will focus on. So you can see that all of the games actually have H, A or D, which obviously is home, away or draw. Now, unlike in the rest of the predictions where you predict the exact score, in the FA Cup predictions, as there's so many games, you just have to predict the 90-minute result. So whether the team home will win, away, or whether you think it will be a draw, and that is in 90 minutes, as I say. So you can see a lot of them here, like the first two we've gone United, Everton, H, so that means we think United will win in 90 minutes, like I say. Again, Crystal Palace, Southampton, I've gone for Palace, and then Forest Green, Birmingham, A for away, etc, etc. So we'll have a quick skim through and pick out our bonus teams. Obviously, our Group 1 bonus team, Arsenal, are away to Oxford. Could potentially be a bit of a cup set, but you'd expect Arsenal to get through. I imagine they'll rotate due to the Premier League, but you'd still expect them to get through that. Another away game for our team in Group 2, it is Newcastle away at Sheffield Wednesday, who are going well at the moment. So again, that is by no means an easy game. So we've gone for possibly a few riskier choices here. Again, our Group 3 bonus team is Fulham, who are away at Hull. Hull not doing particularly well in the Championship this season, but they're the sort of games that quite often will be a draw or the home team will sneak through. So ideally, you want to kind of have a home tie in the FA Cup. Home advantage is massive in the FA Cup. So like our 4th bonus team, which is of course Coventry, they are at home to Wrexham, so that made me feel a little bit more confident about that one. Sunderland, again, another side who are away. Where are Sunderland? Here, away at Shrewsbury. So again, not an easy game, and Shrewsbury do kind of, over recent-ish history, like a bit of a cup run. And finally, Ipswich, again, our final bonus team, at home to Rotherham. Rotherham, obviously, the league above, but struggling and in bad form, whereas Ipswich are playing pretty well and in good form. So I'm hoping with the home crowd behind them, Ipswich might be able to get through. But you can see all of our predictions for round 3 here. As I say, not going to go through every single game. But if you do have any predictions of your own, like I said, with the bonus teams or just in general, let me know in the comments what you think. I actually forgot it was FA Cup weekend, and I do miss the Premier League when it's the Cup, but it is quite exciting. I do like watching the Cup games at the smaller grounds, and you can see kind of how much it means to the fans. So I do enjoy the FA Cup as well. But that will do it for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Like I say, let me know if you do have any predictions of your own. Let me know down in the comments, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the football predictions. Cheers, guys, and peace.